Hey everyone, welcome back to Keeping Up With The Chaldeans. I'm Omar Binno, along with my co-host Anthony Toma. And today we've got our guest Vanessa Jwad from Skin MD Medspa. She's here to give us an explanation on the beautification of the skin and more, along with the help that she can offer through her spa for situations that may come up. And she does have a new location that she's going to be dropping at the end of it, so make sure you guys keep in touch.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. She's going to let you know her new location that'll be out and about. So it's good to have you. So
Thanks for having me.
we're going to want to, jump into a bit about you and then go into what got you to this level and, where you're at today. So
Yeah.
good to have you.
Thank you. So I've been a PA since 2013.
Mm-hmm.
I started in Chicago doing gastroenterology, so like the whole GI system.
Okay.
I did dermatology. I did some vascular. And then at that time I was also doing cosmetic. I got super busy and I kind of just became what it was.
Good.
I went to Kalamazoo for physician assistant school, and it was awesome experience. And so now I opened up my med spa. It's been about a year, and we're expanding. So we're opening up a 2,500 square foot facility in the heart of Dearborn. It's West Dearborn, right behind Michigan Avenue, and it's exciting. COVID makes different opportunities, and it happened in the best way possible.
Absolutely, to what you just said. And were you were you considered deemed essential, or actually you weren't open at the time, so you came right after?
Yeah,
so good for
yeah.
you though, actually, because leases were a little bit easier to negotiate, or if you were buying a building, it was a little bit easier. But it's good. So you found your way through that, and then you opened this up, and your first day into it, going, how confident were you feeling at this, since this was going to be your new endeavor?
So during COVID, I was having all these physicians reach out to me, come, be the injector here, and I had so many that I was like, I need to do this myself.
Yeah.
So another physician approached me. He's like, let's just do it ourselves. And we had worked previously with each other anyhow, and I was like, you're right. If I'm going to open up somebody else's med spa, and they're confident with me opening up their med spa, I should open up my own.
Yeah.
I've been injecting for 6 years now, and I was like, I'm ready.
Sure.
So
explain your terms, so if in case somebody new or they don't get injecting. Explain your role is what you're doing.
Yeah, so I do all dermal fillers, so it adds volume. I do all things like Botox and Xeomin, which are help muscle contractions, so weaken a muscle contraction. So for fine lines 11s, crows. I do threads, which people are really intimidated by, that kind of pull. We offer the whole face. So it's actually threads that go underneath the skin and lift. And they're dissolvable threads. Like if you were to get a cut and they were to suture you, it's the same type of thing. And it dissolves underneath the skin and it builds collagen along the entire tracks.
How do you inject that? With a
So,
tool? Special tool or something?
No, I actually make access points, and then I take the thread and I anchor it wherever I want, and it has barbs. So the barbs go ahead and attach up. I know, it's
so
really
painful.
crazy to watch. And, yeah, it's kind of...
Oh my God, this is crazy.
They have those, but it's awesome.
Can't wait to try it.
I actually have some in my face.
Do you have some in your bag?
I don't.
You can put in me right now.
Oh, right now, yeah. You got to come see me.
Live on the set. Anthony getting wired up.
Right. So, it's
wild.
Cool. And there's a place for all of this for different people. I also have laser treatments that help with fine lines or wrinkles, texture, tone, sunspots. So something for everybody.
Nice. So, right, I want to go back just 1 second on that. So, it does. We're not talking age to say a difference here, because you said I've done that to me as well. I mean, you're young, so this is for anybody who feels okay. And the benefit is just more to keep your skin at a tighter
It's basically maintenance mode. So I tell people you need to have your maintenance. Yeah, we have stuff for that. So I also do injectables there that actually dissolve fat permanently. And then we also do hair restoration. So I have a machine that helps with hair restoration. So we have a lot of men.
Men and women?
Yes, mainly men even in that department, but both. And then even injections of PRF.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's something like this, you'd be able to help, say somebody who's receding or wants to fill in a little bit of, you're able to assist and stuff like that, or
Right.
What's
If
the
they're a good
process?
candidate.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
have to have
that's what
active hair follicles. It's not just like for anyone, right?
Yeah.
So the process of drawing your blood, spinning it down, get all the stem cells, growth
Okay.
factors, and injecting it. It's kind of like giving
Oh, it's just
giving
blood
a
you're
garden good
injecting.
fertilizer.
Yeah.
Yeah, inject your own, so it's
you're
all natural.
rejuvenating.
Right, but so you can't grow hair here. Like it's
No,
not like
so it has to be active hair follicles. Yeah.
I got you. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, in your
scalp. Yeah. We've had a lot of people even that came from Turkey. So they always recommend, or like if they got transplants,
follow-up.
they recommend always
Oh,
doing
because they're in there.
PRF injections.
Yeah.
So we have PRF, which is like the second generation of PRP, so it's better. It's a better machine. It's,
Remember we learned about PRP a few years back, but you know when we had one of our guests, but it was the same
Ooh.
thing. You had to say that, or it'll give me brain fart. Sid's wife, man.
Faith.
Yes.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, that was we learned PRP. So because you can do it in other.
Oh yeah, they're right. They're right.
Because it was the other
This
thing
was
wasn't
2
just
years ago,
I
man.
believe like somebody with a knee situation or a joint or
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
they can take your blood and just get it going so that it injects into those areas to stimulate
like
it.
if you torn meniscus, stuff like that naturally would regenerate.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
We've
got to
even-
naturally
Yeah.
regenerate.
So do
Even
you do
back in the
that?
day, I used to do it before. I'm not. I would still do it in the knee.
Yeah.
But some people, if it's really bad, they might need stem cells, which
Gotcha.
I don't do, but I used to.
Yeah.
And I really am.
What's your
I
take on
believe in
stem
it.
cells?
I like them. I've seen really good results. When
Can I
used to
tell you
do it
something?
before.
Just for the record, so I truly so I have a brother that's blind. Stem cell could rejuvenate and get him to see again.
Yeah.
They won't allow it here in the United States. They won't allow research to be done.
What do you mean research?
Like they won't let you because they feel stem cell can create.
Has this been done elsewhere?
On mice, they've done stuff
Oh.
with them. Like
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
So
Like
it's not like
no, it has a human.
They'll put IV stem cells like in the U.S.,
Yeah.
which we've done that where I
That's
used to
it.
work.
It's limited. Like we limit it here. That's why you had, for example, like Peyton Manning. He went overseas and he did stem cell on his neck. Kobe did it on his knee. They didn't because they won't do it here, and that's why they came
No,
back.
they will do stem cells in knee here.
No, they, at that time they weren't.
Oh, I got
Some
you.
stuff,
Yeah, I did it
stuff
like
they
2 years
weren't.
ago.
They had to go out and do it because they just started getting that back into allowance here in the U.S. But remember, they came back like freaks of nature because it made it like they're teenagers getting that part.
There's strict requirements for sure, but even like saving the umbilical cords for babies, like
Right,
I've done
right.
all of that. You never know the stuff that could come forth, but
yeah.
stem cells can basically turn into anything.
It's a big thing.
Yeah.
You know what I've seen, and I'd like to get into this because this is sometimes a scare for me, and I can't imagine for some of the women because I've seen it firsthand. But so I've gone in and I've gone through, like, you know, not everybody is equipped and careful with this kind of stuff, you know. And I've seen problems in my own eyes. I've gone and done it, and I've done electrolysis, and the laser burned my ear, you know, to a point where it bled. And then seeing my cousin's wife, or their pigmentation gets color changed, it's got bleached and stuff. Or my other cousin was swollen in face after like, is it a skin peel? Am I saying it right? Or
It could have been, or it could have been a laser.
yeah, just something. But
Yeah.
why does that happen, and how do they avoid that?
So as far as like getting burned, you have to be cautious, right? So certain skin types can only take a certain amount of heat.
Okay.
Same with electrolysis. It's all adjustable. So somebody really has to be trained to still be a little bit on the cautious side.
Sure.
Because if you don't, you're going to get even more problems than you started off with, right?
Sure.
You came to like help and rejuvenate an area, and then you're coming out with a different problem.
Yeah.
So I see the same thing in injectables. People will come to me and they'll be like, listen, my lip filler like hasn't changed. It's been a decade. Granted, some filler can stay. I'll look and I'm like, you were injected with silicone. And they have no idea. Silicone is not FDA approved. She's like, I went to somebody's basement. Okay.
That's a horror story.
Yeah.
That's all too common.
Right. And I can't dissolve it. You have to go to a surgeon and get it cut out. Multiple times.
Ouch.
So these girls are getting almost butchered by getting this, permanent filler, and then they're hating it. And they'll come to me and I see it a lot, and it's sad, and they are deformed. So I tell people, listen, the cheapest method is not the best method.
Right.
You need to understand what's their background, how much experience do they have. The most important that I tell somebody, wherever you're going, do they have an antidote? Do they have an emergency kit? Like, we have a full emergency kit. If we were to experience any type of adverse reaction, I have the dissolver, like 20 vials on deck at all times. And I tell the entire community, if you need my vials, you can come and take it. If there's an emergency that you have and you don't have the proper stuff, come take mine. Come take mine. It's saving somebody's face. So what could happen, for instance, if filler is injected inadvertently in a vessel, it stops blood flow. It's kind of like clogging up a pipe.
Oh, jeez.
They lose oxygen. They lose tissue to the area, and if it's not treated fast, that tissue can die.
Oh, wow.
And it can happen in the most experienced hands too, because nobody's God, right? We don't know what's underneath everybody's skin.
Yep.
Anatomy's a little different for everybody. But you have to have the precautions. A lot of these people that are going to these basement injectors, I shouldn't just say basement, it could be anywhere.
Yeah.
They could have a suite, a whole med spa,
Right.
and they're not a medical professional. And
Or
they're
clean.
injecting, and they're not clean, or they don't have the antidote. And I've had other med spas call me and say, "What do you think about the slip filler?" And I'm like, "You need to dissolve that." And she's like, "Well, we don't have the stuff to dissolve." I go, "You have 9 injectors in that place, and you don't have anything to dissolve? Come get mine."
Yeah.
She goes to me, "I don't know how to inject it." I go, "Bring her to me."
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that. So
Oh,
you
God
always
bless you for that.
Yeah, but you have to. Anybody should be willing to do that.
911.
Yeah, like, listen, I would hope, God forbid, if I was in any bind, which I set myself up well,
Yeah.
that somebody would help me, right?
Yes.
So
nobody wants to leave anybody hanging like that,
No.
especially when it's like for your complexion, like your look and everything.
it's your look.
I felt so bad. One situation with a cousin, she was like that for like maybe up to 72 hours or a little after the steroids and all that kicked in. The other one's almost 3 years later, she's still dealing with the blotches, like the discoloration of the blotches, like from the neck and collar. I don't know. It's just it doesn't make sense. And like you said, it doesn't always have to be just the basement. It's
No, it could be
actual
anywhere.
office and clinics that people
Yeah.
go to and get screwed like this.
And people could get filler, like I've seen it pop up on Amazon. That's pretty sick. You can't get filler on Amazon. You have to go through reputable people, the reps that sell these. If you're getting it from somewhere else, there's fake filler. And they're getting injected with fake filler. So yes, are they paying less? Most definitely.
Yeah.
And these people have nothing to lose. So they shouldn't be injecting, but they have no license to lose. They don't.
So what's the recourse for these people?
Not much,
Not
sadly. Sadly, like I have a license. I pay malpractice insurance.
Right.
I pay like so many other things they're not paying for.
Isn't that
Right.
crazy?
They have nothing to be taken away.
Yeah, it's like somebody who just did a basement tattoo for you. What are you
Yeah.
gonna say after he infected you? You can't get mad.
Right.
You can't go sue the guy because you gave your body up to do that.
No regrets.
Yeah. It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah, the misspelling on the arm. So you know what I mean. But so what I feel is you need to emphasize how well you do your stuff to our audience because they need to skip that
Right.
point of getting the right way of saying it screwed by somebody who's going
Right.
to do them dirty. So they need to get you first instead of going through that because you explained to us earlier they're doubling their cost of what they're going to do because they're going to somebody who gives them a shitty job and then they got to come to you to come through the fix which
Right.
equals double the work because you're fixing and then have to make it look right after.
100%. And more than even the money, I mean, this is an emotional experience for
Yeah.
anybody. You're trying to
Yeah.
do something to make you feel prettier, more confident, and here they're coming out even less than that, right? So I always tell people, listen, it's an investment. You got to save up like you save up for anything else. And if you can't, you wait. And we have other things, you can apply for care credit, interest-free financing, but you got to go to the right people. I mean, we do a lot of trainings. Like, for instance, next weekend, I'm going to a cadaver course where I'm going to dissect actual, bodies and then inject filler and see the depth. There's vessels. So, like, these are things we invest in as injectors, as medical providers. This is still medicine. It's not like
Right.
putting Play-Doh in somebody. So, like, you invest in your education. So, ask that person, what's your educational experience? What do you do to keep on top? Even during COVID, I was watching webinars and Instagram Lives all the time just to keep up and keep yourself active. One, everybody has malpractice insurance. You have insurance coverage. And then what is your protocol if something goes wrong? Nobody's got it. At some point, if you inject enough, you'll see it. And
bad.
so we have a whole protocol that we go over.
Good for you. That's
Yeah.
huge because that's like you said, you're rescuing the situation quickly without having to have what the others are doing, calling you up to get the first aid kit. Really, it seems
Yeah.
like So right now with this new, the excitement of the new place opening, are you looking for hirees right now? Or are you in need of?
I
Okay.
am. So
what parts of it are you in need of? Like.
Yeah, so right now I'm looking for a medical assistant. As of right now, my space is not as big right now. So when my med spa will probably be done in a few months. I'm hoping 2, but you know how this goes.
Yeah, these days.
So I'm
especially.
hoping 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 25 square foot, 6 rooms. I'll be looking for an esthetician. I'll be looking for maybe even 2 estheticians, possibly another injector. That we would work hand in hand. Obviously, that's where I'd probably be looking first.
Odd question, but does insurance pick up any of this stuff for any reasons, or is all okay? So
It's a lot of pocket costs.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Like just if there was anything that, in case of medical or surgical reasons.
So talk about someone out there that wouldn't think they would need this or want this and would be a fit for this service that you offer.
Yeah, so it's kind of anybody, right? So there is a limit. The thing is, I'm not scared to say no. Okay, if somebody doesn't need something, I just don't do it.
Right.
There's I can't say every single person would require lip filler, for instance, but everybody could do some rejuvenation in some department, whether it be lasers or hair restoration. But I would say whatever they would want to feel confident in. I like a natural approach. I don't like things overdone. I don't like trends in filler.
Yeah.
But I would say anybody could use a little bit of natural restoration. I mean, I've had girls do Botox, 20, and it's been and they have etched in lines, and it's genetic for them, and it, so
20.
like 20 years old.
Oh, 20.
Yeah,
Oh,
20
shit.
years old. Granted, that's not the normal, but
No, that's what I was gonna ask you.
It's not the normal.
I was just gonna throw that to you. Is there a point that you would you said you would say the no, but some of this stuff is getting younger, and the influence of social media has driven these young generation, out of control. Like they're lifting and they're cosmetically doing stuff to their body. I don't care if it's their rear or their boobs or if it's their cheeks, or they're doing it, and they're doing it earlier where we weren't used to seeing that. I mean, growing up,
Well, they've been programmed, they've been brainwashed, and this is really their only way to get back to feeling good in their own skin.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, and I don't encourage it for little young girls or any whatever, but it's therapy, really, and it gives them back their life, because the way that people are struggling these days, especially with their mental health and the self-esteem, and
Correct.
it's just too much, and this is kind of a big help.
You're competing against a bigger audience now for them. And listen, I hate to say it, I can put some tummy fat and gray hair, and I'm still looking good to somebody. And for women, they've, in your field, as to beautify, it's made so much more aggressive that they have to look this way or do this way. Nike and all of them have tried to do their things where they bring that different look of a thicker woman or whatever maybe. But the general normalization on social media or anything else is you've got to be a 10, you've got to have Coca-Cola body, your lips have to be on point, you have to have, it's crazy the way it drives them. And
it has.
I know what you're saying. It is sad, but it is true. You've got to match up now. In order for you to feel good, look good, you've got to get to the level of beautifying yourself even earlier than you did later now.
You're just fixing flaws. You're brushing up flaws. It's fine.
Yeah.
And listen, to everybody, whatever makes them feel confident, I'm for, as
That's
long
exactly
as it's within
what I was trying
reason.
to say. I don't know if I
Yeah, as long as it's
no,
you didn't.
you
I
said it
totally
right. You're
understood
right.
what you meant.
All right.
As long as it's within reason. I won't treat anybody
There you
younger
go.
than 18.
Yep.
And I totally consult them. The consult's a big deal. Like
Sure.
I had a girl I did yesterday, and she was like, I feel so confident. I didn't know I could feel this way. That's like music to my ears, you guys.
Yeah.
Like the people feeling happy is what makes me happy. It's almost
exactly.
like my own personal addiction.
Yeah.
But there are limits. There are things when I will say no. People are doing things sometimes to an extreme.
Yeah.
And I'm really for the natural approach, because that doesn't age.
And
It
right.
doesn't age.
That's
I don't
what I
mind a little
wanted.
bit of a plump lip
It's
and a little bit of
timeless. It's
contouring.
timeless.
Yeah.
That's what I
but
wanted
within
you to bring
reason.
out.
Yeah, within reason.
Yep. Because at some point you have to take a role, even just owning your business, to, like you said, say no. Because even if a parent comes in and says, I'll sign for them, sometimes it's like, listen,
Natural is the only way to go. I mean, there's some walking disasters out there, straight up disasters. I mean, I'm not just talking Hollywood and
No,
celebrity
local,
and
like
Instagram.
you said, it's been
I mean,
botched
local, like
lips,
you walk
botched-
past a disaster these
Yeah.
days. It's scary.
And honestly, sometimes they don't want that years down the line. They did this,
Of
and
course.
years down the
Yeah,
line,
yeah.
they're like,
What
what
did
did
I
I
do?
do?
Yeah.
What did I do? And
I didn't-
that's where it's sad,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
So,
It's-
and I'm all for the whole like global restoration and
sure.
making your lips look nice and plump. I love
We
it
all
all.
wanna look
I love
good.
it all. I love it all, but if somebody tells you yes all the time,
Yeah.
there sometimes can be an issue. So I feel like on my end, it's my responsibility to
Good for
one,
you.
Yeah.
it's what I think is beautiful too, right? Because it's
Yeah.
almost like a painter painting his picture.
Thank
Like
you. You're an
that's
artist.
what it's what I think is beautiful as well.
Yep.
Yep, your work is on their body. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
and
That's-
Yeah, you
posting
go
it
to-
up on there on social media too, like
Yeah,
people
yeah.
understand. Like I take it personal,
Yeah,
you know.
that's my work.
Yeah, that's my work, and they're allowing me to post their face up. Like, I totally like it. It's a great field to be in, and it's my artistic ability, and
Good.
it's what they think is beautiful as well. So it's a combination
Good.
of what we both believe to be beautiful, natural.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that out. And the reason I was getting this out of you is your business is people over profit.
100
Not profit over
1,000,000%.
people. That's
Yeah.
huge. That seems to be the care of us as the community, the Chaldeans, the Middle Eastern people who are like that's the kind of sincerity we give. It's like, let me just take care of you. Come on, man, you're my client, but also you're now a friend of mine in a way, But like at the end of the day, that's the thing is that you're doing it to the best, make them look good. Your name's on it. You're tattooing yourself everywhere they go.
100%.
So that's good.
And I tell people, I don't sell, I solve. You have
Yeah.
a problem, I'll try to fix, I'll try to help you. I'm not a seller. I'm not like, it's not my thing. I just want people to feel good, and I try to solve any issue that they might have.
You, the city of, you said you're in Dearborn
I'm
now?
in Dearborn.
And now you're going to be in Dearborn Heights?
Yeah, I'm in West Dearborn, like right
West
downtown.
Dearborn, right.
Yeah.
So they're lucky that you found a location there where they have an honest professional that they can come see and get a consultation with that they can trust.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's really they got lucky.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
That's
yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying.
I take pride in what I do. I love what I do.
Good.
Thank God it became just what I, do as, a life thing.
Yeah.
But
Right.
like it's cool when those two can collide. And COVID was one of the things that kind of pushed me to, take that extra step. And I think it did for a lot of people.
Yeah,
It did
for
for a
sure.
lot of people. And a lot of people are, like I was telling you, a lot of people are injecting now, and you find your person, right?
Yeah.
It's like everybody goes to a certain hairstyle. So you find your person that you connect with on a personal level, and then
Yeah.
two, you like their work, right?
Yes.
So
For me, it's wherever I walk in and they have an opening, I get my hair cut.
some chair that's just
Yeah.
available.
Yep, exactly. You take walk-ins.
I just happen
no,
to
all right,
stumble in this
thanks.
place. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're in one studio now. You're going to another.
Yeah.
How do you juggle all this with 3 under 3?
It's not easy, guys.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Let's talk about it. What's
Well, her
your
significant
secret?
other puts in time. Isn't he in medical also? or-
Yeah, Justin's
Yeah,
a chiropractor.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
give him a
So-
shout out. Like,
Hey,
Right,
shout out
but-
to Justin, and they
How
opened
about
up.
the kids?
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying
yeah,
to you.
and
The kids too. These two put time in. Huh?
Yeah.
Justin's busy too. He opened up a dialysis center too, like where they come to you, with
Really?
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, with John Paul. So it's really cool. Like he's busy. It's our time. I can't neglect my kids. That's one thing I know that I have to have. And when I started this, I told my business partner, like, listen, I have 3 babies. I got 3 under 3.
Yeah.
They're my first.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is my second. I
Yeah.
put my all into both.
Yep.
For you.
But like, these days you got to be with your kids.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
absolutely.
scary stuff going on, and
Amen.
there's a lot that we need to just be with our kids. Social media, all this stuff. It's scary,
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
But like, I have good help.
Yeah.
My
good.
mom is great. I have a babysitter. It's great. But it's hard. It's hard. I can't lie. And
Your
my
dad's gonna
work
be
with
free
her.
pretty soon.
Oh my God, he's obsessed, and he's obsessed with Hendrix, my youngest. So
Good.
we just make it happen. But we have to understand that our family will come 1st, and then once my kids are in school more, I'll be able to invest even more time.
Gotcha.
you.
Yeah.
So we mentioned Justin, but then we were like all laughing and joking and stuff. But so we were going to shout him out. Let's talk about where he's at, how they get an appointment with them and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that good stuff.
So Justin's mainly doing now. He wants to do this dialysis. So I'll have to send you this information because I don't
Okay.
even have.
All right, we'll post it.
But he's doing
We'll
good.
post
It's where
it.
they really
Yeah.
come to you. So the dialysis comes to you. You know, it's a lot where people go to these
Oh, this
dialysis
is
centers.
to the house.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, I
So-
thought you meant like they
No,
come to
it's
you.
a
Well, he was
totally-
doing chiropractic, so he was doing another field, but he's transitioning now more to this.
Gotcha.
Because you used to have to go to like those Unisys or whatever those
DaVita,
DaVitas and all those.
Yeah.
You'd have to go to those to do it and sit there and he just
Yeah.
he'll come
3 to 4
to you
times a week. Yeah.
yeah.
So now
That's
they'll
cool.
come to you, and it's something that's really good for the community, and
that's great.
it's helping.
So here we'll give a
Changing
shout
people.
out this way. If we don't have Justin stuff a bit in time. Junior Jwad from the church. You guys
Jwad.
know him enough there. Get a hold of Junior to get a hold of Justin.
Yes.
Or to get a hold of Vanessa if you
Yes.
guys don't know. Okay?
Or you can just contact his phone
Yes.
number. If
Yes.
I'm going to shout out his phone, or I can give you that, and you can contact him.
Or we'll get them on the show.
Yes.
Yes,
He'll
it'd
be
be
up.
really great. You should.
Yeah,
Yep.
we will.
Yep,
Yeah.
we'll get them on.
Definitely
Good people.
will.
So I met you and I already knew Justin prior to that, but I met you guys at your wedding. I think even before that, but it was a fun wedding. We
So fun.
we got on the mic and we wilded out for the wedding.
You got some talent.
Yeah, we were just dancing and wild. That was the hot season when I was actually like, the MC of
Yeah.
whatever. But
100%.
it was awesome. So it was good. And shout out to Justin. He's a great guy. And I
Yeah.
just ran into him not too long ago. So you guys can find her. She is on Instagram. We have at A Shot of Beauty.
Nope.
Is,
It's a dot shot
of beauty.
dot
You're right.
of
Yes.
dot beauty.
Yes. So
There are dots in there, Junior.
yes, there is. So if you shoot for that one, the other one she's got coming up is going to be at Skin MD Michigan spelled out.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where you can locate and see all the work they're going to be doing and keep up with. Also, if you're looking for a job, possibly too.
Yes, reach out to me
Yeah.
on Instagram. You can also call us for an appointment. It's 248-662-5544. Our office is going to be amazing. It's really cool, vibrant, colorful. Things I like. Things I
Cool.
like.
So everyone noticed Junior's new glasses.
Oh God.
Nice. These are new?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
had to pick them up Saturday.
Nice.
So.
Glasses are cool.
Yeah, so we had one of our guests that was on here, and
Maple.
yeah, yep, it's Maple Eye Care.
Maple.
Maple Eye Care.
Yep.
It's over by Plum Market on Maple and Losser.
Yep.
And the second the thing was done, I said, hey, can I come see you, man? Can I make an appointment? Because it's really shitty when I get up in the morning and can't see. But it goes back to what you're saying. Like you're getting older, you beautify, you change things. So
Yeah.
he's like, you want to do contacts? I can get you contacts. I was like, man, that's just
Glasses
just
are the way to go.
Put it on. I went out
good.
Saturday and everybody was like, wow, you look good. Is this the new look? And I'm like, they're real prescription.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So now Junior, in 3 weeks, the next show, he's going to have all this product in his face.
100%. It's going to be like, Vanessa afterwards, I need some Gotta lift this a little bit. Like, I got
Yep,
you.
with his
Yes.
glasses.
I got you.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not going to recognize
By
him
the
next
time,
time.
I was gonna tell. By the time I come back, I'll be 10 years younger
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and about 10 pounds thinner. So
Yeah,
I'll
there
be-
you go.
So good. Well, it's awesome having you. So
Thank you.
we just have a question that we
Yeah.
throw to our guests.
It's
So-
a closeout question.
Yes.
We ask our guests, what does it mean to you to be Chaldean?
What does it mean to me to be Chaldean? So it's family.
Yep.
Honestly, that's what it is to me. We were talking. It's overwhelming, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
overwhelming family. But you have to be grateful for the Chaldean community. We do have each other. It's close knit. We all know everybody, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
good. It's good stuff. We just have to remember to keep it reminding ourselves that it's good stuff.
Yes.
I think sometimes will be like it's overwhelming, like it's
Yeah.
too much. But at the end of the day,
I'm
it's
guilty.
good stuff.
It is.
I think we're all guilty. But luckily we have each other. I used to live in Chicago with Justin when he was in school,
Yep.
and no Caldos, right? Like where I live.
Right.
Yeah.
You missed something.
Yes.
Something was missing. It was
Something was
nice
missing,
to have your own space, but I missed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not somebody that's like, oh, he has to be like Chaldeans all the time, but I missed it.
Agreed.
So I think being grateful that we have this family.
Yeah, for sure.
Good. I agree.
Great
on that.
answer.
Yes, we do like that. So again, if you guys want to make sure you follow her, or even look up Skin MD Medspa. She's in the business. She's gonna get you guys taken
Yep.
care of. Guys, girls, anybody can go see
Yep.
her. There's no restrictions on that too. So we wish you luck on your new and upcoming
Thank you.
location. Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll hope by the time we're up and running, we can get the address to it. We'll add it on to your link. Yep.
And what's really nice is you get a physician assistant and you get a physician.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I have a doctor that we are co-owners, and we're in West Dearborn. It's going to be extremely beautiful, but more importantly, we'll take care of you and make you feel really confident.
Beautiful. 1-2 punch.
Cool.
We like that. So we'll see you signing off. Shout out to
Thank
Justin. We'll hopefully get you on. Make sure you guys keep up with the Chaldeans on YouTube and follow the link and subscribe. But you'll see all the information below along with others. So myself, Anthony, Vanessa Jwad, signing off. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.